What's cracking with you people? Anansi here and welcome back to Ninja Gaiden Sigma. In the last one, well, we put Tyron on high alert and we acquired our very own heavy, well, I won't say heavy, our very own, I guess you call it anti-stun enemy weapon, I'm going to get this completely wrong, the Debilero. I'm going to tell I got that completely wrong. And in this one, we're going to continue on through Tyron under alert and just hope to goodness that we can survive this entire situation. Because man, oh man, did we really kick the hornet's nest this time. Hello everybody. Okay, so basically we're going to have some problems here. Unlike when we were here with Rachel, because I'm sure some of y'all probably remember the mission we had where we optionally destroyed a bunch of demons here. This time we got to deal with the special forces here. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can very easily make the mistake I made, which is believing that you can't actually shoot, believing that you have to do some like crazy wall running stuff to handle these enemies. You actually don't. What you need to do is as you saw there, use your bow and arrow to take out the enemies firing at you. You fight range to range, and I just ate that missile in the face like a champ. Okay, is he firing at me? Yes, he is. Okay. Yep, just gonna keep eating that missile, man. It's gonna keep eating that missile. Is it missile or missile? Completely missing here. Oh, I shot the missile out the air. Nice! Show me the money. You did? Yes, he is dead. Okay, now let's go ahead and reload on some free missiles here, and then we're going to change our projectile weapon out, because don't need to accidentally have that going off. Oh, we got the strong bow. Basically, this bow does double damage. That's pretty much it. Oh! It's the fat dude again. And this time he's playing for keeps. So yeah, he's got a couple of new tricks here. And he's going to pretty much be making your life a living nightmare. Between his electrical weapons and his ability to essentially ram you and whatnot, and essentially stun lock you to give him a chance to activate the weapon, it's going to be a very tough fight. I'll admit that this one, I still say it's a tough fight, even though I am getting my butt handed to me. The problem is that, just like a lot of other enemies, you don't really know what the at least for me anyway, I have a hard time discerning when. Okay, I'm dead here. You don't really have I have a hard time discerning when the guy has invincibility frames on and whatnot, and it can be a pain in the butt. And unfortunately, as a result of the death, we have to go through that entire thing all over again. I'm probably going to need a couple of more. This is the last time I saved. Okay, I'm probably going to need a couple more tries to take care of this. I'm not going to lie. Okay, and there we go with that. You know, I still don't know the name of that enemy in particular, and I will say this right now for Ninja Gaiden, this Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden Sigma by extension, the enemies in this game are probably the most unique in the franchise because they're pretty much as varied as you're going to get. You have a lot of different enemies. Enemy types, I should say. You know, they're all essentially soldiers and a couple of demons, but they are varied enough that you could feasibly say, "Hey, this is a much different tactic to use than other ones." And Ninja Gaiden 2, I would argue that the point of Ninja Gaiden 2's enemies is to more or less really test your reflexes. And when we get around Ninja Gaiden 2, well, we'll get more into that. But Ninja Gaiden is a much slower affair. I think they're trying to emulate the old 2D games with it more than anything else. With crunchy and very precise movements and anything. More than precise movements with regards to enemy placements and whatnot. The problem I have with that is that a lot of times you will get stun locked, and I don't think the controls are really conducive to this particular brand of gameplay. You know. That in the standings of the bow and arrow stuff is really, really annoying. Okay, so that guy up in the corner there. Fires off again. There he goes. Nope, not dead yet. Okay, that was my mistake. I thought he was dead. He is not. All right, that should do it. The health orb there that we never not gonna be able to use, but whatever. So let's try this again. With feeling this time. So yeah, we're going to try using our stun weapons more than. Ooh, snap! Tubby's got some new tricks. Excuse me while I use some of mine. So fun fact: when I first got the Dilabaro, I actually had don't know why I'm putting a Spanish tongue roll on it, but when I first got it, I actually had enough essence orbs to fully max it out. It was kind of ridiculous. Okay, come on. Just gonna go ahead and do this number here. And just like that, we beat the boss. Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer, because I do remember that boss can be kind of tricky if you're not. Way to go, dude. Way to go. That was not the best way to handle the explosive barrels. But by the way, the only point of the explosive barrels inside these arenas is to essentially give you essence. You're never going to be able to blow them up in a strategic way to help you mitigate some enemy placement. So I wouldn't worry about trying to make use of those. That's me personally. And just like that, Chapter 10 is cleared. I mean, this episode would go a little bit short if we left it on there, so we're going to keep going into the next chapter. I try to end these a decent time, around the time the chapters come to an end, but each chapter I don't have memorized down to how long it's going to be, so I kind of just go with my times. And what do we get? Lesser Ninja. Yeah, that could have been a lot better. Chapter 11, the military supply base. The Vigor army is after a renegade element, Ryu. The military radio tower is key to the army's organization. So if you remember from the last chapter that we did, Ayane sent us a kunai message that pretty much informed us that, that we are going to be dealing with the Vigor army until we deal with the radio tower. Well, that's what the whole point of this next couple segments are, is to deal with the radio tower. Assuming it will load. There we go. Hello, good sirs. I have a giant FU Clout Buster Sword. As a matter of fact, that actually does look a lot like the Buster Sword now that I think about it. Now, I was going to ask while I'm bringing this up, and I may have mentioned it in my in one of my Dead or Alive videos, but I want to bring up that Ninja Gaiden, or at the very least the Team Ninja universe of games, and yeah, that's what I call it. That it pretty much the Team Ninja universe pretty much includes. There we go. It pretty much includes, but it is not limited to the Dead or Alive games and Ninja Gaiden, as well as I believe some of the Warrior Orochi games. Because Team Ninja does have a hand in that, and Ayane as well as Ryu have made appearances in, I believe it is Warriors Orochi Warehouse Key. Warriors Orochi 3? And then Kasumi and them made appearances in Warriors Orochi All-Stars. As a matter of fact, they're alive in Team Ninja and Ninja Gaiden characters have made appearances in a lot of other side games. Like, there was a random one where Ryu and Kasumi made appearances in a golf game alongside, I believe, Kratos. Yeah, I know, it's weird, but it happened. Where's it going at again? Right. Interact here. Ooh, explosive arrows. Okay, we'll get to those in a second here. But what I'm getting at is that even without these cameos, I feel like there's a lot of instances where Team Ninja, or at the very least, when Tomonobu Itagaki was running either running or the brains behind the show, it felt like he was borrowing a lot from other media. Which, you know, if you look at a lot of popular series, they do it all the time. One of the most famous examples is Star Wars. I don't know how many people know about this, or how many people heard about this, but one of the lesser known trivia facts about Star Wars is that a lot of it, the Gustav, a lot of it has been compared to Valerian in the City of a Thousand. What is this? City of a Thousand Planets or the Planet of a Thousand Cities? I can't remember which one it was, but there were a number of similarities between the two that made everybody go, "George, did you plagiarize a couple of things?" So yeah, it's kind of like, if you know that, you can pretty much get away with having certain series pay homage to or directly use certain things from other sources. Why did I bring this up? Well, going back to Dead or Alive, the two main female protagonists of the series, I would say Kasumi and Ayane, are two ninja who wear blue and purple, and the ninja in purple is trying to kill the one in blue. What does that sound like? I have to remember. They're also sisters, one of which is born out of jacked up circumstances. And that's kind of why she resents the other one, though this one has, so the only difference is this one has more relationship with their father than the other one. Who does that sound like? Mileena and Katana from Mortal Kombat. Ryu Hayabusa, well, while he did wear blue, and to my understanding, and in the original Ninja Gaiden, most ninjas wore a navy blue, because there wasn't a lot of light pollution. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, we gotta deal with these guys now. So now I gotta deal with these guys, so just, there we go. I guess I can go over here a little bit so I can attack this thing more succinctly. These guys are gonna harass you until you take care of them, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, for one thing, how do I put this here? While I can't really think of too many direct parallels, the Diablo, like, you could make a very, very good case that it is just riffing off of Final Fantasy's Cloud, his Buster Sword, because it. Yes, I'll admit you could make argument that it's a tenuous one, so I'm not going to concede that it's like a direct homage, but the shape of the blade and the hilt, you cannot tell me that you cannot tell me that there was at least some inspiration taken from APFSDS cores. That's a lot of acronyms strung together right there. Yeah, this part can get kind of hard because you're dealing with a lot of these enemies right here. So, and they will mess up, and they will make this platforming challenge way harder than it really needs to be. But yeah, no, but yeah, they feel like they take a lot of homage, well, either pay homage to or draw or take a lot of ideas from other popular media. For instance, one of the most popular ninja moves in media, which I think was popularized by Ninja Gaiden because it is one of Ryu's most devastating attacks and it will save your life on more than one occasion. I took care of all of them. Nice. But it will save your life on more than one occasion with regards to its implementation inside the series, the Azuna drop. The Azuna drop actually is not a Ninja Gaiden exclusive. It actually originates from an old anime whose name completely escapes me right now. I'll try to look it up for next episode, or either next episode or episode later on next time I bring it up. But it actually originates from an old anime from, I want to say, like the 80s, maybe the 70s. It was really, really old. And it was way back before anime got ridiculously over the top. Like the common joke is anime is like really hype. It's like a, I guess, a hyperactive child hyped up, jacked up on a sugar rush. This was before that, and even this one was considered to be. And this one was at the time considered to be like that, but if you look at it now, it's very, very tame. Yeah, they borrowed that from this anime, and I believe it bled into series like Naruto. I believe, if you actually look at, I believe it's the Rock Lee versus Gaara fight, from the, I think it was the Chunin exams, I want to say. I want to say the Chunin exams, the first time they did it anyway. Okay, right. To get into this one's a little bit difficult. Okay, I forgot about that. But yeah, the first time they do Chunin exams, he does this kind of drop move on Gar where he wraps him in like his bandages or something like that. That's the Azuna drop. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like I find it kind of interesting to kind of look at as I've gotten more and more into like character development. Well, I say character development, more or less into like the background and history of the series. It's just fun to kind of look at where some inspirations might be drawn from, or to just kind of think that, oh, this might just be like a generic like a lot of it's spawned from, you know, Kasumi and Ayane fighting each other inside the Dead or Alive universe, and the Dilabrajo in this game, because this is the only game that the Dilabro actually shows up and doesn't even make a cameo appearance in later games. And another thing that you can kind of bring up as a homage, and this is actually with regards to the Dilabro, and the reason why it's kind of weird it doesn't show up in later games, is that you find this out in, I believe, in Dead or Alive, but Ryu's occupation, outside of being a ninja, because being a ninja doesn't actually pay worth a dang, he's a curio shop owner, which I believe is Japanese for an antique shop, which I want to say it's either an antique shop or it's a trinket shop. Either way, he sells trinkets, and a lot of times they're trinkets from his adventures. Well, I won't say he sells them for adventures, but it is, I believe it's stated, unless I'm getting this completely wrong, which is entirely possible. Ryu keeps his shop stocked with trinkets from his past adventures. So he'll display weapons and artifacts that he keeps from when he gets back from what you want to call it? When he gets back from Shutter Card Control and back from military supply base. Warehouse, 3rd floor. Nifty. When he gets back from an adventure of extreme murder. Who does that sound like? Dante from Devil May Cry. It's actually in the very first Devil May Cry. It came out back in like the mid-90s. Dante was established to own he owns a demon hunting service, right? So it's not the same as Ryu, who expressly owns an antique shop. Dante owns a demon slaying service. That's his job as the Devil May Cry, which I believe him and Trish renamed to Devil Never Cry at the end of Devil May Cry 1, which is technically like the second. It takes place chronologically in like the middle of the series, which is odd, but whatever. Well, chronologically, it's I believe it's the second. I believe that the timeline is 3, 1, 2, and 4, and now 5. So yeah, anyway, sidetrack. In Dante's game, he displays the trophies from his prior hunts. So it's just interesting to kind of think about that as it were. And I think if I can remember how to get to this golden scarab here, once I get it, we're going to call it apart. Because it's not hard to get to this thing. It's just kind of one of those kind of very, very, very tricky jumps. I believe what you have to do, is just run to the edge here. Okay, I think I almost got it. I think you just gotta run expressly to the edge, get in the dead center, and then let Ryu run up the wall, and then I believe he'll jump up onto the platform. It's a very, very hard thing to do. And then we'll deal with the 3 new weapons we got in this part: the strongbow and the 2 new arrowheads that we got. Well, arrow types that we got. And these arrow types are actually pretty nifty. I say nifty, they're incredibly useful. And no. Okay, so that's not it. No, doing that wrong. I won't jump high enough. I know I've gotten this thing before, but how did I do it? I don't remember how I did it. Well, we're going to call it a part here, and if I figure out between parts, we'll open up the next part with that with me getting the scarab. and showing off exactly how I did it. Anyway, I've been Anansi, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you later.